Once upon a time, in ancient Greece, there were two brothers named Epimetheus and Prometheus. They upset the gods and annoyed the most powerful of them all, Zeus, in particular. This was not the first time humans had upset Zeus, and once before, as punishment, he had taken from humans the ability to make fire. This meant they could no longer cook their meat and could not keep themselves warm. However, Prometheus was clever and he knew that. On the Isle of Lemnos lived Hephaestus the blacksmith. He had a fire burning to keep his forge hot. Prometheus traveled to Lemnos and stole fire from the blacksmith. Zeus was furious and decided that humans had to be punished once and for all for their lack of respect. Zeus came up with a very cunning plan to punish the two brothers. With the help of Hephaestus, he created a woman from clay. The goddess Athena breathed life into the clay. Aphrodite made her very beautiful, and Hermes taught her how to be both charming and deceitful. Zeus called her Pandora and sent her as a gift to Epimetheus. His brother Prometheus had warned him not to accept any gifts from the gods, but Epimetheus was completely charmed by the woman and thought Pandora was so beautiful that she could never cause any harm, so he agreed to marry her. Zeus, pleased that his trap was working, gave Pandora a wedding gift of a beautiful box. There was one very important condition, however, which was that she must never open the box. Pandora was very curious about the contents of the box, but she had promised she would never open it. Quickly, the mystery contents of the box consumed her every thought. She could not understand why someone would send her a box if she could not see what was in it. It made no sense to her that she could think of nothing else but opening the box and unlocking its secrets. This was just what Zeus had planned. Finally, Pandora could stand it no longer. When she knew Epimetheus was out of sight, she crept up to the box, took the huge key off the high shelf, fitted it carefully into the lock and turned it. She took a deep breath, closed her eyes and slowly lifted the lid of the box. But there was no gleam of gold or treasure. The look of excitement on her face quickly turned to one of disappointment and then horror. For Zeus had packed the box full of all the terrible evils he could think of. Out flew every kind of disease and sickness, hate and envy, and all the bad things that people had never experienced before. The creature stung Pandora over and over again, and then flew away, out into the world. Epimetheus woke up at the sound of her sobbing, and ran into the room to see why she was crying in pain. As she recounted the terrible details of what had just happened, she heard a quiet voice calling to her from the box, pleading her to be let out. After much anxious deliberation, they agreed that nothing inside the box could be worse than the horrors that had already been released. Upon opening the lid once more, one tiny little creature gracefully flew out. "Hello, Pandora," said the bug, hovering just out of reach. "My name is Hope." Fluttered from the box like a beautiful dragonfly, touching the wounds created by the evil creatures and healing them. The nod of thanks for being set free, Hope flew out into the world, the lone fix for envy, crime, hate, and disease.